August 1st, 2022, year of our Lord. Today I'm going to give you one of my best secrets in establishing a food plot. If you watched last week's episode, you've seen this field right here behind me. I had a skid steer in here with a grapple, tearing it up, getting rid of some autumn olive and some other debris. And today, I got another skid steer, well, same skid steer, with a power rake. Sometimes it's called a Harley rake. They make these for tractors. I haven't been able to afford one. They're about $10,000. The skid steer models are a little cheaper, but the skid steer's a lot more money. You need a different machine. So, this is humpy, bumpy, and got a bunch of debris in it. And once I get done, it will be smooth, smooth, smooth. I'll be able to plant this with my tractor, lickety split, no problem. Just no bumps, humps whatsoever. This is, to me, in my opinion, this is what makes my business kind of better than some, because I do this step. It is a big key step, and it's not a whole lot of extra money. And it is done forever. You can, if you choose to broadcast, you can broadcast. So I'll show you what it's like. You can't really see it, obviously, on video, how humpy and bumpy it is, but I'll show when I get done what it looks like. It's basically lawn quality. So I learned the other day, I forgot something over my mouth, and I got these torch goggles. I'm gonna try the dust. This is an open cab skid steer. The dust eats me alive. I won't be able to breathe. I don't know if it's my age getting older, or if it's basically 37 years of working outside. I started on the golf course when I was 12, mowing and spraying and working in dirt. I started a landscape business when I was 21, 22. And I had open cab platforms. I've ate a lot of dust in my life. That's why you see I do have that Yanmar with a cab on it. I could not do it any other way. It still gets in that cab, but I can breathe at night. You can hear me from Friday, 2 days ago, how froggy I am from how much dust I ate. I felt miserable all weekend. I had to use nose spray. I had to use eye drops just to get it out. So I'm going to try this, even though it's goofy as all get out. But hopefully I won't be kicking too much dust, but I'm afraid I will be. Wish I could show you when it's going, but maybe I'll try. Okay, so this is absolutely terrible. It's a lot worse than I thought as far as dust. My goggles is not working very good. And it's hard. It's dusty, and it's got Danson's fingerprints written all over it. But we are making some progress. So I went over it about once, and it's pretty bumpy and hard, like I said. But it's starting to rain, which is maybe a good thing. I'm gonna go get my rain gear. I should have considered this before, but because it's just absolutely filthy. But maybe this will knock down some of this dust and loosen up the ground a little bit. So I went over it one way, and I'm going to go over it another way. It's probably going to take 3 or 4 times going over it. Hardly ever does it only take once. Minimum of 2 times. It just depends on the ground, depends on the dirt, depends on all the situations. And right now it is too dusty to show. with the camera. That's my pail, my legs. It's not as smooth as I want it, but I'll be able to work with it. Okay, August 2nd, 2022, new client property, and I gotta mow and spray this. Gotta mow and spray this property. I probably shouldn't have took, I should be, well, it's planting season, so I'm getting seed, starting today, getting in the ground. Found a good lead on some seed. Gotta find some fertilizer, affordable now, but regardless, we'll worry about that when it later. But you see, new client property, and when I come to a new property, you'll see my tractor over here and trailer and truck. See how high it sticks up? Well, I've learned my lesson the hard way, of course, that I gotta clear these branches off with my pole saw, or it ends up costing me money at Jeans and Goldman fixing things. My mirrors, like 80 bucks a piece. My lights are expensive. The antenna on my radio, which obviously is an essential, but it costs money. Luxuries that we have, or that I have here. But I just got to go through. It's worth the half hour or so it takes to do this, but usually I charge. I'm just going to get this done real quick and get going because I got to get some seed in the ground. I picked up this DeWalt cordless pole saw, and so far so good. I haven't done a whole bunch with it, but so far so good. I also have a gas powered Echo. It's a weed whip that exchangeable. You know, they make such cool attachments now, but the Echo works good too. It just doesn't quite reach quite as far as this one. I think I can buy an extender. I may have an extender for this one, but I like it. That's my product review of this episode. Okay, we are turning this kind of just a barren field, if you will, into a food plot. This is the owners just acquired this property last fall, or this year I think, and want to get a couple food plots established in the meantime. But there's a lot of the sweet fern. I call it the sweet fern, that woody fern. It's got sharp bumps. It's got some nice sized boulders in it. It's about half acre, and they got another one. Look at this boulder here. Best to walk this before you just kind of go out brush hogging, you can really, I'm gonna spray this too, so cutting it is, I don't have to get it to the ground. I don't have to shave it off. I'm just kind of nipping the tops, getting a little of this automotive out of the way, a couple brush pile, and then I'll spray it. Spraying also has its challenges because of how rough it is. And then in a few weeks I'll come back. I'll have to use the chisel plow digger and then the roller and get this established. So keep watching the videos. Come back in a few weeks. Well, you come back every week to watch videos, but I'll keep on updating this. I'm just giving these tips, so hopefully if you're out doing this stuff, you can hopefully I can save you some time and money and aggravations. Okay, getting some seed in the ground now, August 2nd, and we'll be on this mode for the next couple weeks. We'll be doing short updates in between. This is what I got, this deep tine digger or chisel plow. Been really breaking up ground real nice, but it's another step. All right. Okay, thank you, Big Rapids Farm and Garden, Big Rapids, Michigan. Delivered me some fertilizer, some gold here. So potash was 33 something plus tax. Urea was a little cheaper. It was like 25 in tax, and then delivery was cheap. I had to make another trip back into Big Rapids, and they brought it out for 30 bucks. So rye was actually really good too. What was rye? 15? Don't have a breakdown on this. So that was really good. Hopefully it's fresh. I didn't see. And how can you tell that it's fresh seed? Okay, usually they have a seed tag, and I'll show you on my food plot seed, but this just has a tag that says packaged by Big Rapids Farm and Garden, and 50 pounds rye. So usually they have a test and a package date, but this, I believe this is fresh off the fields. They just started they just harvested them, so it should be really good to go. Another way to make sure you don't lose your nitrogen is to do it right before a rain. It rained this morning. We got threats of rain right now. Don't know if you can tell. I just got to get this down. I wanted to show you quick. This is the plot that I crimped earlier. Got episodes of that earlier. I crimped it with the planter when going over twice. Crimped the rye with the planter, going over it twice in early June, late May. Here's the utilization cage with some soybeans in it. All the rest of the soybeans are that high. The ones that deer can't get to are knee high. And so yeah, I'm going to fertilize and plant rye, cereal rye, and brassica mix. Gotta go though, thunder. Okay, so this is not ideal. It's gonna make my fertilizer wet. And I don't have a choice, so I started and I gotta commit. So you want to be a food plotter, eh? Come on, bring it on. Oh, good looking soybeans down here. Well, looks like my luck ran out today. So the nitrogen won't get lost, but it's supposed to rain the next 3 or 4 hours, which I was gonna wait. If it's an hour or whatever, I'll wait, but it looks like the radar just popped up and kept coming. So hey, you can't predict the rain, and there's always tomorrow. I guess tomorrow is never promised to no one, but we hope it is. Okay, after I waited about an hour or so, it did let up a little, so I decided to go for planting. And although it pretty much sprinkled, rained hard a couple times throughout the process, I was able to get these seeded. This is my last little bit of seed going in. I will keep watching the videos throughout the fall, throughout the next few months. I'll be doing updates on these plots, how they're doing. All right, looks like we got 8/10 of an inch here in Clare or Loomis. Where I was yesterday got a lot more. Some areas got 4 inches of rain yesterday. That's a lot in one day. Those are near floods. So hey, food plot season is off and ready. Got some more to do today. August 4, 2022, year of our Lord. And you can see this is my sad cornfield. It's a little sad. I mean, this is just 8. The deer, I just could not keep the deer off it. There wasn't enough rain to make it grow and to keep the deer off of it. Now I do see some cobs starting, and it is this one. Look, you got here. I got a few, so there is a chance. You're saying there's a chance. There's a couple. There's at least a good month of growing season, if not more. We'll keep our eye on it. That's my minute review of the corn. Stay tuned. Keep watching. Arguably, my most popular video was how to establish a clover chicory plot 6 years ago. Today I have over 38,000 views on that video. It's episode 15. Here is the plot 6 years ago. Oh, from 6 years. 6 years old. Funny, this patch of grass is still here. I've been battling that sucker almost every year. Every year the customer has had me back to mow and put some fertilizer down. I have mowed this. I'm putting some potash down today, 200 pounds of 0060. The plot does have a lot of grass in it, and I'm going to spray clethodim in this. Not right now though, it's beginning of August, way too hot. I'll have better results planting or spraying this in about a month with clethodim. But underneath all this grass is that clover still. The clover, it is kind of looking like it's coming to an end. I see some flowers and stuff up there. But I just wanted to show you this. Lots of updates today. I don't know what I'm going to call this video. I've been battling some milkweed here and there. It had, mostly grasses in it, but overall almost 6 years and still producing. Expensive stuff. Over $30 a bag for 0060. Well, how much is it in your area? Plot looks really good up on top here. A lot less grass. Okay, this is probably the last video of this week. Hopefully I can make this as short and sweet as possible. This is on seed germination. I had some seed from 2 years ago, from 2020, and I had some seed from 2021, and I had some, those are brassicas mix. I had some clover seed from, man, probably 4 years ago, and I had some radish seed from leftover. So let me show you the results of what my little test did, or how I did this, as quickly as possible. Okay, I just took a wet napkin, you can see, and I put some seeds inside of it too, but I also just threw some seeds on the outside of it, and you can see pretty good germination. Now, if you need an exact percentage, you would count out 20 seeds, 50 seeds, or whatever, and then count how many of those seeds germinated, and then you would get your percentage of germination. This is from 2021, and it's okay germination. This is the clover seed from 3 or 4 years ago. You can see the germination in there. Now, again, I did not count these out. I just wanted to see if they would even germinate at all. Here's a radish from last year. Now, you can see the seeds that stuck to the wet germinated better than, obviously, the loose seeds. Let me show you the insides of the napkin. So the germination rate on the 2020 is not as good as the 2021. I mean, it's still pretty darn good. The radish germination was quite high as well. I'd say in the 90% range. Now the perennial clover here, the older stuff, not so good. Maybe a 50%, maybe more, a little bit more germination rate. So when I plant this, I plant it at a high rate to make up for the lack of germination. Okay, there's lots of videos, I think, online for the germination rate and stuff. Mine isn't exactly scientific. I just kind of get an idea. They germinated in 3 days when I just kind of put them in my in the garage here, just in this fridge that's unplugged. I just had it in there. I checked it Monday or Tuesday. I think it was 3 or 4 days. They germinated. Then I just set them on the bench for the rest of the week because I didn't get to it. And I just got to it here a week later since I put these in here, and popped up all over. Now they're obviously lacking sunlight and some more moisture, so they're looking for life. So keep that in mind. Hope that helps. Hey, God bless you all. Been a very adventure episode. Lots of updates. But keep on coming back and watching for all these updates and getting ready for hunting season. God bless y'all. I still feel 25 most of the time. I still raise a little Cain with the boys. Honky tonks and pretty women. Lord, I'm still right there with them, singing above the crowd noise. But sometimes I feel like Jesse James, still trying to make a name, knowing nothing's gonna change what I am. I was a young troubadour when I rode in on a song. I'll be an old troubadour when I'm gone.